Hello, I'm Richard Vobes, a bold explorer, out on another exploration, and I'm joined by the lovely Kevin Hall. Hello, Kevin.
Hello, Richard.
We are... Oh, what county are we in? Are we in Surrey now?
We're very close to the Surrey, Sussex and Hampshire borders.
Gosh,
Yep.
and you don't know which?
No, I don't.
But we're sort of close to Haslemere.
We are,
ish,
yeah.
in a lovely little village called
Lynchmere.
Lynchmere, not Lynch Mob.
Not Lynch Mob, no.
No, we've actually not seen a soul.
No. They're all in
although
here.
there are plenty of souls underground.
Yes, there are.
We are standing in the graveyard of St Peter's Church of Lynchmere.
Correct, yeah.
And behind us is the church. We've had a little rummage around the church because it's a bit different. I was going to say weird then, but it's a bit different.
It's very different.
Yeah.
Yeah. The way it's been expanded over the years, it's been added to.
Yes.
But very odd.
So we go and it's very cold as well.
Very
as we
cold.
stand here. So we're going to have a quick look round the outside and then try and get in. At least there's no wind as such, but it's just cold.
It's cold inside as well.
Yeah,
It's
very cold.
Yeah.
It's one of the coldest churches I've been in for ages. Right, I'll follow you. So we're coming up to the church here, and luckily there's plenty of information about the church. It's just trying to interpret it all is the big issue. Up here on this tower, which is a later addition to the original church, is a sundial. It says 1654 on it. But we found out, didn't we, Kevin? I'll just come around this side, that actually the original sundial was out here.
Out here, just at the front, yeah.
Just out the front.
Yeah.
And actually to the left of us, there's not much here in Lynchmere. There's a few houses.
Just a few houses dotted about, yeah.
And then there's a farm here.
Yeah.
But it's quite high up. That's the other thing we didn't mention. Behind us, you get these wonderful varied views of hills that go into the big distance.
Yeah, into the downs.
Down to the downs.
Very exposed.
Very exposed. But it would have been seen for miles, presumably.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
This church. And served a community of rural people
Yeah.
for some distance. The parish, there's a map of the parish which is actually quite large, isn't it?
It is, yeah, it's surprising. Yeah, I think you said earlier on, it's almost like the shape of Africa.
It is the shape. If you didn't know that was the parish, you'd think, oh, hello, this is Africa.
Yeah.
There's a bit of a... we've come up on the grass and you can see there's a sort of trench that goes round, or a walkway that goes around the church here. That's the other side of the church. And then the lich gate here, which we'll just go up because I just want to show you how sparse the area is. There's Kevin's lovely car. And there's not much here. Not much. This road goes on a bit, but there's some lovely oaks and just some simple houses.
It looks like there's a map there.
As you can see, it's kind of got that Africa shape, but actually it's probably quite small. Right, let's go inside the church, back through the lich gate. So actually, as you come into the church here, we're coming in. I'll let you do the door.
Okay.
This is going through two aisles. Now, normally, when you come into a church, you expect the nave to be in the middle, and maybe you've got an aisle to the north or an aisle to the south. But here it's very different because I've just gone through two aisles to get into the actual church. And I'm right down where looking at this, you'd be in the south aisle, but this is the original nave.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's very dark in here, so it's quite... Did we have lights on when we first came in? It seems darker than...
It's much darker than when we first came in.
That's really weird. We had a quick look. The lights must have come on, because now it's incredibly dark. Or
was it because we had the sun streaming through?
I think we had sunshine, and now the sun has gone in. So,
but if anybody walked into the church earlier to see Richard and I, there's a glass door just here.
Just here, look. Just here. There's this glass door. Yeah, you carry on.
And shall I?
Yes, demonstrate.
So Richard and I, this was us. We were We were down here
On our knees.
on our knees, trying to get the warmth from the sun coming through the glass door. And if anybody had come through the door behind us, they would have thought, what on earth are those two up to? But it was the only way to get any warmth. It was really strange. It was and it is so cold in here.
Yeah, absolutely. I know it's very. We said get down on your knees because you could just get a bit of sunshine. It's ridiculous. And now it's so dark. It's a shame because there's lots to show you, but we can't really show you too much because I think it's going to be so grainy. I'll try. I'm going to walk down here. This is dark. I realise that. This is the old nave. We're coming through the rood screen and just peering in. So there's lots of interesting features in here, but I'm just not going to tell you about them. Kevin's managed to find the lights. Kevin.
Yes, sir.
You found the lights?
I found the lights.
Oh, well done.
I do my best.
Yes. Let there be light. And there was light. Right, well, we can have a quick whiz round now and try and remember some of the stuff that we looked at, which is interesting to try and remember. So, yes, here is the main... So we're in the main nave, and it's interesting because there's bits of original stuff that dates back to the Saxon period, and just before the Norman invasion, because it's sort of mainly 12th and 13th century, this church. And the doors, the original west door, that high door behind us sort of gives it away because it's got that rounded arch. But if you look at these aisles that go to the north, so we're in the nave and then there's aisle and then there's another aisle, which is bit bizarre. These are 19th century, about 1850s or something, I think, or sometime then. And if we just go through here, I'll let you do into the chancel through the rood screen. These are the lancet windows, which are very lovely. This window above the altar apparently has plate tracery on it. Now, I'm not quite sure what that means, but that's what it's got. I'm desperately trying to learn more about the architecture of a church, but it's so difficult when they've mucked about with the churches so much.
What it has is been changed so much, hasn't it? Because the walls that are in front of us now, they're a lot thinner than the original walls.
Yes, and of course, as people got better at stonemasonry, you know, the Saxons were terrible for making walls. They made them so wide, because they're sometimes about 3 foot, 4 foot wide, because that's the only way they could get the churches to stay up.
That's right, yeah.
But as they got better at understanding how walls work, they could make them thinner.
But it's also the things that have been put into this church that make it really quirky.
Yes.
There's the bit over there with the 7 deadly sins on.
Yeah, let's look at that.
It dates from, was it 1300 and something?
Dates from 1300s, and you look at it and you think, I don't believe that. But it's a remarkable piece of work. So here they are, the 7 deadly sins. It's carved out of some volcanic rock, and the faces themselves are carved out of marble. And I believe I can't remember now if it says it was an Italian work. That's right, it's an Italian work, but it was given to a church in France and then given here.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, a remarkable thing. Something else that's quite interesting is they've put on the church information about the church. They've got some handboards that you can walk around with. If you just see here, look, is some text that says the church was built about 1080 AD, partly rebuilt in 1260, and it tells you about the pillars and such and such. And so nice to have that permanently on the wall so that you can learn a little bit about the church as you go around, which is again an unusual feature.
It is, absolutely. As you say, you've got several places that have got this same sort of thing.
But so it's
very unusual church.
Very unusual church. Well, we haven't really done it much justice in this, Kevin, but hey, we just wanted to show you that.
Yeah.
I think its position is interesting, isn't it?
It is
here
right,
on the
right
hill.
on top of the hill, yeah, and you know, and as we said just now, it's very few buildings around here. There's one or two further down the hill, but not much. So the people are coming in from all over the place.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's very interesting. First time I've lived around this area all my life, and it's the first time I've ever come into this church.
And probably the last.
And probably the last. Unless we come back and do another video where we
Yeah.
can do it more justice.
Anyway, thank you so much for watching. It's a bit of a strange one today, but bit of fun.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Yeah, absolutely. Why
if
not?
ever you're in this way, do visit. And if you're from the parish and you want to tell us a bit more seriously about the church, always open for that.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
until next time, don't forget to follow, like and subscribe, become a patron, all the usual thumbs ups, etc. But from Kevin and I for the moment, arrivederci.
Bye-bye.
Now, can you remember where the light switch was?
Yes, I can.
Oh, lucky you.
And don't forget to put those cards back.
Oh, yes. I borrowed some cards, didn't I?
Information cards.
Yes.
Information cards are useful.
Yeah, could you take them out my inside pocket?
Out your inside pocket?
I borrowed these so that I could tell you all about the church.
Yes, there's 3 of them. Well, they're nice and warm.
Of course, I'm holding a microphone, holding the camera. I should have given them to you.
Yeah, all I could have done was walked around
Oh, yeah.
so you could have read them.
Saxon origins, safety on the hill,
Yeah.
arch. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.